Hey, so I bought these chairs at overstock.com. These chairs were about $65 for a pair of them. And this is what it looks like when it comes in the box. That's what the box looks like straight from China. And then I set everything out. And the reason I'm making this video is to kind of help you put your chair together, because I did read a lot of reviews on the interwebs that people did, that they were having some issues putting their chairs together. These chairs are probably not the best chairs in the world, but they're okay. I'll give it to whoever manufactured them. They're all right. So what I've already done is I've unwrapped the back, I've unwrapped the front legs, I've unwrapped the front leg supports, and I've gotten the seat cushions out of the box. I've laid out my screws. This is the kit that you'll see that comes with yours. There'll be 4 of the short screws for each chair and 2 of the long screws for each chair. They give you this really crappy 4mm Allen wrench. You do want to get yourself a good T-handle or some kind of Allen wrench that you can put some torque on. I am using red Loctite. These will hold the seat cushion down. What I found is 4 screws in the seat cushion is not enough. This is a 2 1/4 inch screw. I went to Lowe's. This was the closest thing that I could get. 2 1/4 inch. You don't want to go more than 2 1/4 inch. Your next step up would be 2 1/2 inch. 2 1/2 inch would put the point of the screw into whoever's butt is sitting on this chair. The 4 screws that go into the seat cushion are not enough. I'll get into that a little bit later. In these seat cushions, the board that's in these seat cushions, I'm pretty sure it's just sawdust and spit that's holding that board together. When you put your chairs together, you'll know what I'm talking about. But laid out on this tote right here is pretty much all the tools you'll need to build your chairs. I'm going to build 2 of them in this video. This video, might take 10-15 minutes. I'm not going to edit the video after this. I'm just going to build the chairs and show you how I do it and the tips that I've found. So, first off, I'm going to put my thread locker on all my screws. I'm using red. If you know the difference between red and blue, red is one-time usage. Pretty much if you use red, your screws should stay there for its lifetime. If you use blue, it's a little bit easier to get blue to come out of whatever work you've done. So I put a drop of red Loctite on all of them. Then I come over here to the seat back, and you see that the seat back is not great, right? The seat back's just thrown together kind of clumsily. So what I've been doing is I just pull it apart, pull the seat back down. It's easiest if you start in the middle, and then go to the edges. And it just takes a little bit of force and tugging, and then your seat backs are in place, and that looks pretty good. Your cushion, when your cushion goes down, is going to cover that up, but the gap that was there before, the Velcro was barely holding on to anything. So once you have that in place, go ahead and take one of your front legs and a short screw. And the way I've been doing it is I pull the leg down. You can kind of see that the leg is moving up and down right there. So I'm just doing this finger tight. And the leg is kind of down in the little oval area. Grab another one. And this is going to be the last short screw. Alright, so there's my short screws done. Now it's time for the long screws. Long screws go in the front of the front leg. Do one side. I get the camera angle in there pretty good. Come to the other side. Spread your legs apart. Now the front legs, we're going to go ahead and we're going to tighten these down. And then the chairs that I've done so far, what I found is this front support really takes a lot of, if you get this front one tight, it really does a lot of strength to the chair. It gives the chair a lot of strength, and I'm going to show you how. So if you'll look where this front support kind of bows into that metal, it's almost like you've welded it in there. And it does pull that screw in on the side here, mainly just because it is very cheap metal. But this gives the chair a lot of strength and makes it pretty rigid. So once I have this front support in, I've got my short screws finger tight. I take the chair and I just drop it on the ground. This does a couple things. It makes the chair kind of square up so it's not rocking all over the place. And it pushes the little plastic feet that are at the bottom of the chair into the chair legs. I also went on Amazon and I bought these chair feet protector things. We were going to put little pads on the bottom of the chair to make them slide a little bit better. But then we found these little things that go on the chair legs that do a lot better job at protecting the floor. The plastic piece that's on the end of the chair leg is very poor quality, but I guess it would be high quality for what you'd expect from China. But just know that I told you it's terrible. So here's the other back, and there's a reason why I'm doing two. If you do two at a time, it's going to save you a few steps. I only have one drill, and when I go to drill for the seat cushion, you'll see why. But I'm going ahead and I'm setting up the Velcro just to make it look a little bit better. It pulls the back a little bit tighter. Then we're going to do our legs again. Again, these are the short screws. So there's your short screw with red thread locker on it. Okay. There's the other one. And again, if you notice, these wiggle back and forth. Then we're going to take our front. Just do one side at a time. Don't try to get both sides of the front in and then put your screw in. Do one screw. Then spread your legs and insert the other screw. And again, you see, when this bar came in, it did a really nice job of pulling in this top and making this just solid. So now we're just going to take a chair, we drop it, we put some torque on that, and between the pressure of this screw being tight into the chair back and our red thread locker, we should never have to worry about these short screws ever backing their way out of the chair. Alright, so there you go. There's your chair. They're pretty solid. They're pretty sturdy right there. So now I went a step farther because the first chair I built, I thought the first chair I built was pretty rickety. And when I tightened down these 4 screws, at least one of the screws didn't grab the sawdust and spit that's in this board that's in the chair. So I went down to Lowe's and I bought a box of 2 1/4 inch screws, and I'm going to add 6 screws into these seats for the chair. This is a 1/4 inch drill bit. Again, I just added 2 screws. So we have an extra hole on each side, and that's going to hold our chair back on a little bit stronger. than just having the 4. So we take our chair back, and what I do is I put the front of the chair back away from me, and then the back of the chair back towards the front of the workbench. Take the chair, I flip it over. I look at it and I make sure everything looks kind of lined up. And now I'm going to use, for this chair, I'm going to use the screws that I bought from Lowe's. And these screws that I got from Lowe's are for cement board. So they're actually pretty strong. They do pretty good. So I'm going to put one in the middle hole. And then I'm going to go to the opposite side. And I'll put one in the middle hole. Do not over tighten these. I'm telling you right now, don't over tighten them. And if you're only going to use 4 screws, seriously don't over tighten them. Nothing good is going to come out of it if you've only got 2 or 3 screws that are actually in this crappy Chinese wood holding the seat together. I know you probably think that I'm knocking these chairs, but I bought these chairs because they were really cheap. And truthfully, how often am I going to use them? I'm going to put these in my dining room. I bought 2 of those transformer tables. You can Google transformer table. And I'm going to put these chairs around 2 transformer tables. My house has already got enough brown and gray and other colors in it that I just didn't want to go with, you know, a brown or black, tan, white chair. And I think that around the brown dining room table, these chairs are really going to pop. So that's why I went with red. So I just showed you how to put the screws in. Those screws had a star head. These screws are the screws that came with the chair. And it's just a regular Phillips number 2 head screw. Like I told you, do not over tighten these. I've got a dinner coming up in a couple weeks, and I've invited 24 people over for some smoked meat. So that will be a good test to see how good these chairs are. I think they'll be all right. But that's a pretty good chair. Once, like I said, you get those 6 screws in there, the chairs are pretty solid once you have all the screws in place. They were on overstock.com. There's the manufacturer date, I guess the delivery date, maybe to the US or something. December 15th, 2021. Overstock.com. They came from China. So here's your California warning. So if you're watching this and you're in California, if you buy these chairs and you live in California, you need to know that you're going to die. These chairs will kill you. So yeah, I mean, that's a good thing for those of us that don't live in the land of fruits and nuts. But for the other, 49 states, these chairs would be all right for you. California, don't buy these chairs. These chairs might be too cheap for y'all anyway. But here they are. I ordered them from Overstock.com. I'm in the armpit of North Carolina. These chairs were delivered to my house within 2 days of my order. And they are going around a transformer table. I do like the color red. The red isn't too flashy. It's not a bright red. It's kind of a toned down red. My table came from Vietnam. I don't really know what kind of wood it is, but it kind of resembles hickory. So these red chairs really look nice next to the hickory table. Maybe when I'm done and I got the chairs and the table and everything set up, maybe I'll do a video and show you my transformer table with these red chairs next to it. But anyway, I hope this helps you put your chairs together. So if you buy these chairs from Overstock.com, yeah, they're worth it. You just need to make some adjustments. Do not use these crappy Allen wrenches that come with the kit. Get yourself a good 4mm. You're going to need some diags to cut the zip ties. You'll need a blade to cut the box open, a screwdriver, 1/4-inch drill bit. I did buy cement board screws. These screws are 9 by 2 1/4 inch. These would be what I would call like a sheetrock screw. I could not find anything between a 2-inch or a 2.5-inch sheetrock screw, so I had to go with these. These do work. So anyway, thank you for watching my video. I hope this was helpful for you.